here with one member from the side of Vampire Esports dropping into the corner, challenging RRQ.
Yeah, I think this is the early team fights that we're looking. We look at two big teams here going up against one another. They do have a little bit of cover, but it does seem that one's going to be dropping down, and the first drop is going to be on Zoowing in the hands of the nade being thrown by team members from Vampire Esports here. Not off to a good start, but still an opening for them to actually get back up on their feet. Vampire, they're going to kickstart this round of 9 with 3 team members, as Stone is down for the count here at this current moment. Tony K also low on health points. I do believe that he does not have any form of rejuvenation items over here. No med packs, no bandages to actually patch himself up. That means that he's going to be playing off with very, very low HP at the moment, and with hopes that he's able.
The southern-centric circle also wrapping certain portions of the island. Therefore, it's a whole lot of work to do. Vampire Esports not really in the best of spots, but you already have some of the ASI members rotating very early. Lambo already caught one player out of ASI 8. So it's going to be Apex on the other side, getting a mark for Esports. While Paragon.
Alter Ego Esports, there's just something about this one particular elimination where you do love bringing in the action towards their opponents, and they're having to shoot out against Team Falcon East. The newest member here and the team is down for the count. They also have a shot against their team members as well. 4 MV here at the current moment, and does seem like things are not looking too well for Team Falcon Esports, as 3 of the team members here, all of them are actually eliminated here from the competition.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's gliding in style over here. The thing about this particular map that we're observing, right? I think nobody anticipated that the circle would just be all the way down south. We do know that right now, if you're one of the early teams making their way towards, is definitely the bridge on the Novo side, on the right side, because the circle is still within that perimeter. But all that and more will be happening very, very soon on stage number 3. So here, DRS with 5 eliminations in their hands here at this current moment. Stalwart Esports, they don't know this, but they do have eyesight on the team members of Team Void Donkey right outside of this area. Meanwhile, all this is happening. FaceClan is eliminated in 12th place, not being able to obtain any placement points over here. Stalwart Esports goes for a little bit of spray and pray, not able to connect. It does connect a little bit, but not enough to actually take him down. Shows up in Napalm here on the top side. Screaming out. Does seem he's going to be charging upstairs. Is that really going to be the play here for him? Instead of disengaging, he knows that in terms of numbers, actually Void Donkey has it better, but he doesn't have a choice, right? As there's no support from his teammates.
A very tough fight here inside of Milta, but at least this region does have a little bit of zone coverage as in comparison to what FaZe as well as RQ's been dealing with. Still by the edge of the map, by the way. They're not down and out just yet. Actually, speaking of which, I believe that RQ has already been taken out while we were focusing on to that mini-map.
Yes.
So that being said, we focus back onto Stalwart Esports as they are holding out onto to this region, and they're making it difficult for teams to even journey into the island as well, as they've already gotten that coverage over the bridge. So this is a big struggle for everybody out there, while the rest of BTR, they're just gonna full set in, but the buggy flips in the worst of time.
So as well, this is going to be very, very tough, as both teams have to move, and the first one making a move is going to be from Alter Ego. Storms right through there with the car.
We'll be swerving into a very far distance, as the rest of Alter Ego will be able to seek out their position. The Saber decides to also go for a straight down up against Alpha, but he is trying to out there in the open. There's still members of Team Secret trying to make their passage across, as they will eventually be spotted out. Great taps coming from the side of Max LV to deter some of all these hole coming in from the rest of the Savior. That opens up a little bit of that wiggle room. Meanwhile, for Alter Ego, they're only left with that one member remaining. So West quickly gets taken out upon arrival on that buggy, while Max LV goes in for an exchange. The battle between the Vietnamese sides, we'll see them eventually struggling by the corner of these blue zones, while caps are now being fired. Attack team duo from the side of Team Secret will be able to weather out Paragon for the meantime. So this hold from the side of the Xavier, very risky approach, and it's not exactly paying off any form of dividends, especially now. Only one member remaining. That's to be level over this top side of the hill. Will actually make it too, as both sides are still trying to lock out the rest of Team Secret. Zone continues to pulls in further into the island, while Team Secret will find a passage through. I'm not too sure if they will have the rest of them make the cut, but right now
as well, it does seem that Lions will be engaging Vampire Esports here in a few short moments. And with all those trade-outs happening, Alter Ego Esports here eliminated with 4 elimination points in their hand. They had quite a rough battle for themselves. They had to run away from the East Bridge, making their way to a central area, but quite unfortunate, it's not going to be enough for them for this map number 9. Meanwhile, Hurrah Esports throwing out some nades in the direction of Stelwood Esports, so they have to be really careful. It does seem that No Fear will be bringing in the fight to them. It's going to be down on his knees here at this current moment. While all this is happening, Leviso is out for the count here in the hands of the play zone. Sky. No Fear is in a little bit of trouble because he doesn't have anyone nearby to actually pick him up. So he might have to sacrifice himself with here. While all this is happening, he's going to be giving information in regards to the position, preventing vision from one another. And while all that, I do believe that the shootout that we saw earlier, Contra, between Xavier and Team Secret has concluded, and Xavier will be coming on top as Team Secret is eliminated. And meanwhile, Stelwood Esports as well, here with 5 elimination points in their hand. Managed to get Malik and Hurrah together with Sky, and Hurrah Esports is going to bow out in 8th place. 1 elimination points and 1 placement points by being here in 8th.
A very difficult hole out. Well, we have so many more areas to play out. The rest of Stelwood Esports remaining to be in firm control. Losing out that one member, now throws over onto the member of Boindaki. Beautiful spray that will flip the entirety of the squad. Boindaki only managing 1 when the exchanges go through. Alliance, they've got the best spot possible. They are looking to zone out teams such as Stelwood from advancing any further. Sanchir holding on to the other side while the rest of Alliance spreads out to try to eventually wipe away the rest of Stelwood Esports. It's not going to be an easy task for Sanchir at all, as he's currently being the last remaining player standing for STE. Flags. Puffer fishing for 11, while there is going to be nades to be sent right into the back of the rocks. Sanchir tries to dodge it, but it's only about a matter of time, as it will be GBLP that will show up over the back as the Lions absolutely dominates the zone. The Malaysian squad, this is that perfect game to actually seize a chicken dinner of their own, but now needing to deal with the rest of yours as well that made their approach alongside with Roy Esports currently holding them down. Chaman down, down. The YT struggling to also move in with the vehicle. Same goes to Roy Esports. It's been a very hectic ride into the app.
Oh yes, and of course they have to survive through a lot more armament here. The opponents does seem that DRS will be seeing Alliance here on the sideline. Shootouts happening at this current moment. Flags going up on the chase here. On Killer, but decides to take it towards the right side, swerve his vehicle. While all that is happening, it does seem that SatarlastSS has to pick out on Killer here at this moment. So far, as you mentioned, Alliance have had great positioning here in the game. They were not, they were within the circle for the longest time. They had short engagements here, but it does seem that Roy Esports managed to pick up one of the team members here from Alliance. Roy still with the best case scenario here in the game. With 4 teams remaining, they have the most amount of players alive at this current moment. You Alliance, or should I say Alliance, my apologies. Currently in second with 3 players. Meanwhile, Bigotron with 2 players left, and Xavier with 1. To Team 99, aka Jimmy OP here. We've seen some remarkable plays from him before. We'll see if he's able to replicate back his amazing plays on yesterday's game. And that seems Toss has his aim set towards this particular building where 2 of the team members here. Ooh, the moment showed himself. Oleo. The moment showed himself over there, Contra. got picked off real fast. It was actually a crossfire from the top side and the lower side from Roy Esports, and we do notice yet another member here from Alliance. It does seem, despite having such a great run here in this game, they have to bow out in 4th place.
Yeah, that was a really great angle coming from the side of Roy Esports, as they will take claim of that compound. Bigatron Knights only left with 2 members. Now they see the entire squad of Roy Esports. Not that there is much for them to do from this angle other than try to fend them off for this current position. Hug by the corner of the tower, Satar over the top are slowly wrapping around the edges. I believe that they should at least garner enough information of the current positions of these BTR members.
Oh yeah, and of course these 2 teams right now, Roy looking very healthy, looking great here. As all we need to do is find the 2 team members from Bigatron Knights, and they do spot him out based on the shootouts here. LAPARR currently in trouble, but does seem he's able to actually get 2 of them from Roy. So from a 4v2 situation, they managed to cleanse it up. This might be an insane play here from Roy. LAPARR still surviving through, making plays over here. They just need to seek out 1 more member from Roy Esports. It so happens to be Tusk, and they do find him. They do see where his position at. SatarlastSatarlast7 on the outside perimeters. LAPARR low on HP. Tusk tried to go for a little bit of shoot here, but it's a 2v1 situation. Tusk doesn't have much cover aside from the walls. That's going for a shoot, and it does seem that this is going to be none other than Bigatron Knights game here for match number 9.
They absolutely botched it. Like, I don't know how to